Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Trade Sailor Project. Today, we're going to go through the second iteration, first half of the second iteration, and I'm going to do it slightly different. So, no boring PowerPoint this week. I'm just going to take you through the model, and I've done a little bit of filming during the work I did last week. It's taken a little bit longer than I wanted, but I did want to do it good. So, yes, let me show you what I've done. Oh yeah, and it's a bit windy here today. So if you hear some wind noise in the background and the boat might wobble around a little bit, I'm very sorry about that, but I can't have any control over that. So let's get started. Yes, so we're going to have a look at what I've done up till this far. So I worked on the hull, the keel, the rig, and the sails, and I'll show you where I am now. I'm currently working on a general arrangement. I've started with it, so I'll quickly do an update of what I've done till this far. So as you can see, the orange, the purple lines are the new sails. So this is an increase of almost 50 square meters. I've raised the masts, also raised the boom line a little bit, to give a bit more clearance for cargo handling. And I've also raised the aft boom to give more height for the new deck house and seating area. Today I'm also going to try to put the accommodation down into the hull and raise the aft deck aft of the bridge. Yeah. So this is the new hull. So I've been very busy fairing it. I've improved the bow shape, and the surfaces are all developable now. So you can actually make them all out of flat plate. As you can see, the hull has gotten a little bit narrower. I went to 7 meters instead of 6.9 as discussed. The volume was getting too small, and I would have had to increase the block coefficient too much. So I opted for this option. And today I will be working on this. So I'll make the masts longer. I'll detail the rigging as well. I'll make the sails bigger, and I'll play with the accommodation. So at the moment I'm having a puzzle with the interior layout. So I'm trying to get as much cabin space underneath to be able to bring as much passengers. Yes, so this is what it looks like at the moment. Big mess. But yes, I've got the captain's cabin here, and here's the guest cabins and crew cabins. My puzzle at the moment is if I'm going to have the beds long ways or transverse. I had a look online on forums, etc. Normally in our boat we sleep long ways, but I also know there's people that enjoy to sleep transverse. So for now it looks like transverse is a better option because I can get better natural light coming from the sides of the boat into the cabins. Might be nice as well, especially for ventilation. Yeah, that's the puzzle. So we're going to have the bridge still up high. I've raised it a bit. We're going to have the galley and the settee behind it. And behind that will be a large open deck space for outside seating. And below, I'm still having a puzzle. So yeah, so just wanted to show you. So this is roughly how I'm puzzling it at the moment. I'll also show you the raised aft deck. So this is the raised aft deck as I've got it at the moment. Not finished yet. Still have to do the bridge and make it all look a bit prettier and sexier. But yeah, it's the puzzle. So I'll keep puzzling on. So let's have a look at the final model I've created. Yeah, let's first go and have a look at the general arrangement. I'll do this all in Rhino, so that it doesn't look as slick as when I printed out the PDF, but get along. Come along, I should say. So this is the new GA. I've plotted the deck views, the top views over the sail. Yeah, as you can see, I've put the rigging in as well. So we don't have only just a mast, but we also have some spreaders now and some standing rigging. My biggest effort was in the GA, I call it the interior. I'll zoom into that. So what we've got upstairs. We only have the bridge still, the wheelhouse where you steer the boat from. From here you can go into the crew mess. So there's a table and the chairs. This is not enough for all the people now, but enough for the crew. And you go down. There's a galley, and here's the stairs just to go down to the lower deck area. Behind the building, we've got a covered outside area where you can put some like picnic benches kind of set up to sit outside but under cover. We've got 2 life rafts, Mark, and we've got a rescue boat, which is a requirement, which can be launched with using the mise en boom. So as you can see, we've got the cover extended, the life rafts, and that's the dinghy. Again, from here you attach the boom and swing out the dinghy. Let's go to the lower deck. So the lower deck, we've got down the stairs. We've got basically a hallway. From here we can go to the captain's cabin, the crew cabin. This is for 3 crew. So we've got a double bed on this side and a single on this side, and some cupboard spaces. They've got their own toilet. Also, the captain has got his own toilet. And then I've added 10 passengers. It's actually possible to fit that many passengers in. It's pretty cramped, but it is possible. They're all on bunks. So we've got bunk, 6 people. And here, 2 people, bunk. And they share a 2 toilets. So that's one for 6 passengers. There's a toilet here, and for the 4 passengers, there's a toilet here, which also doubles as the day toilet. So if you need to go to the toilet, you just down the stairs and ploop into the day toilet. So you don't have to go through your room. That's the interior as it is at the moment. Let me know what you think of that. Oh yeah, sorry. And we've got the engine room access here. So here's a space which will be full of probably electrical boxes. And from here you can take a ladder down to the engine room. Something I haven't detailed yet. That will come in a later stage. But at least the space is reserved for that. So to have a look. So I've raised the wheelhouse a bit. I've extended it. And here we've got and I raised the aft deck, as said, which created a space on the deck to have more space, use the full width basically for accommodation. So put some portholes in. They all line up with the rooms, and yeah. So this is what the boat looks like now. I've also added a bow thruster, Pete. So this should be roughly the right size for this boat. The further detailing will come later in the project. Yeah, more we got. So this is the through section. As you can see, here's the upper deck, stairs downstairs, and here's the lower deck. We've got the aft peak. Oh yeah, another thing I did is move the rudder and the props further aft, which gave a bit more height for the electrical motors at the back, and also put the steering machine in the aft peak. So I at first I had this funny step in the bulkhead, and now we just got a one single straight bulkhead. Say it. Jeroen told me to keep things simple, so I've made that simpler. So you can actually get into the aft peak from the aft deck, and there you can get to the steering machines. So that's all for the GA, and the 3D model looks now like this. I'll just put it in rendered mode. Oh, this is what the boat looks like. I'm pretty happy with it. The solar panels, yes, forgot about that. I've been able to fit 12 500 watt solar panels, so we've got 6 kilowatts worth of solar on the cabin top. Of course, it will be shaded by the sail, so I expect it to be half efficient, so about 3 kilowatts of power generated. But at least it's a fair decent amount, and not a heavily used area. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I'm pretty happy with this result. So we got 10 passengers, 4 crew, 150 kilos, 150 tons of cargo, and a 30-meter length. Okay, let's now go to the comments. I said do the comments every week, and I got one comment from Bruno Wiebold. Thanks, Bruno. He's asking about the Skouwbouw, if it's something interesting. Yes, I'm very interested in the Skouwbouw. That's a very cool development. I'm not convinced yet that it is the best for this project. They're good for fast boats to go across the Atlantic with the wind. Upwind, so beating into it, they're very uncomfortable. And I would like to have a comfortable boat. So that's why I have not chosen not to go that direction. But I'm very interested in the scow bow and further development of the hull. Also, he points out twin keels, so tandem keel, twin keel, how do you call it? To keep the draft low, yes, very good point. And be able to beach the boat, very, very handy features. Only thing I tried with the last evaluation was to increase the angle of vanishing stability. And the twin keels will not help there. So I've actually increased the depth of the keel by 0.5 meter just to be able to get the weight further down, which will help with stability at large angle. All right. Okay. That was it for the comments. So that was the end of this week's video. Let me know what you think of this new setup concept. Do you miss the old spreadsheet, or do you think this is a nicer way to go forward from here? It's your project also, so just let me know in the comments. If you have any other comments on what I've done this week, let me know any additions or any changes or anything cool that I could include or just to share. Also put it in the comments. I'm happy to read in the comments, and thanks already for posting. Hope to see you next week. See you then. Bye.